Rogers Hometown Hockey coming to St. Albert this weekend. Events beginning at about noon tomorrow. You can find the listing right now on our Facebook page at cfwe.fm. Joining us, the co-host of Rogers Hometown Hockey, Miss Tara Slone. How are you, Tara?
I'm very well, thank you.
Excellent. You looking forward to this weekend?
Well, I really am. I mean, not just because I spent a lot of time in Alberta. I lived in Calgary for 5 years. Don't hold that against me. But my husband is born and raised in St. Albert, so it's a homecoming for us, and thrilled to be here.
Tara, you grew up a Montreal Canadiens fan and, of course, watching Hockey Night in Canada every Saturday night. Now you're working alongside one of sports' greatest commentaries. We had Ron MacLean on the show earlier, like I said. Nothing but good things to say about you. Let's turn tables. What's it like working with him?
You know, I feel blessed. I have a lot of, as I call them, pinch me moments. I kind of, look next to me and at the table, and I think, what am I doing at this desk? I don't know how this happened, because I did. I grew up, not just loving him, but truly admiring him. I think he's the best hockey commentator the world has ever produced, let alone Canada. I think he's one of the best broadcasters on the planet as well. And so, I think a lot of what he does, it can't be learned. He has an incredible retention for detail. He cares a lot about people. He remembers everybody's name. He's just a remarkable person. He's a very generous broadcaster. I mean, but he even calls me his co-host is humbling to me.
Now, half an hour before game time Sunday nights, you go live from a different town or city each week. Now, recently, you and Ron traveled to the Yukon to host hometown hockey. Grand Prairie the following week, then St. Albert this week. What's the best thing for you about co-hosting hometown hockey?
It's hard to pinpoint one because it's, for me, I have the luxury of dropping into communities a little bit earlier than Ron. Ron, of course, does Coach's Corner Saturday night, so often just comes in Sunday mornings. I usually come out on a Thursday, so I get a pretty immersive experience, and I get to meet tons of people, and we always do a feature called My Hometown Must, which is kind of doing or seeing the thing you have to do in each community. So I really get a sense of the places that we're at. So, it really, I think for Ron, too, it's all about the people and all about the stories, and there are so many wonderful people and stories.
When you go live Sunday nights, so tell us about the excitement that builds behind the scenes.
Well, I think, whenever it's showtime, things just start amping up a little bit. There's a lot of energy, and our show moves very quickly. We always have a ton of guests, and we want to get in, as much content as possible, tell as many stories as we possibly can. And we have the added element of being completely live with an audience behind us. And then leading up to an NHL game, which is in itself, a level of excitement. So there's a lot of energy, and we try to kind of keep it on the rails and do the best we can and really, I think, make the communities proud. When we tell the story of St. Albert, we want the community, after we've gone, to say, you know what, they did us justice.
Ron MacLean mentioning that he's pulling for the Oilers during the broadcast on Sunday night. Who are you looking forward to maybe winning?
Well, like you said, I grew up a Habs fan, but I'm married to an Oilers fan. So I have a very soft spot in my heart. And, watching Connor McDavid, he is a phenomenon. He's incredible to observe. So that's always a lot of fun.
Rogers Hometown Hockey in St. Albert this weekend. Tara, it's going to be fun.
I am so looking forward to it. Thanks for having me.